Great.
I got bad
it's
news.
just-
He can't hear anything.
I got bad news.
Oh,
I did the classic op
Good
mistake.
start.
Oh,
Good start.
I did the classic
Good
op
Good
mistake.
start.
Oh,
Good start.
New show.
Sorry, and I had it on unmute, and it's going to be echoing. All right, guys, start over. We're going to hit a reset. Go ahead, my edit on.
Is this the We're good? We're good? We're here?
We are live. They can hear us. No
There's an
echoes.
echo.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell the same joke that you guys missed. I'm Mayadan, as always. Welcome back to Tavern Talk. Sorry we took a week off. I'm the face of THL. As you know, I made a joke last night. It didn't land as well this time around. I got thrown off my groove. But I'm joined today by Sharmo, Dano, Turd Herder, the crew. It's feeling good. It's feeling good.
It's feeling great.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's a great night. A little bit of a rough start here, but we're working it out. The new setup is going to be great. I hope everybody likes it. And we're open to comments and everything. So please, if there's anything you guys didn't like or want back or any sort of comments, please send it to us. We're definitely open to changing whatever. We just thought this would be a cool way of going about things. Also, Quaz, thank you for subscribing. That's 12 months. That's awesome. Great job. And let's pop right in then. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Yes.
So
All
first
right,
up, we got what? Our hat stats.
Our first new segment. We've got our hat stats. So I figured we have all this great, stats that are being collected. And I thought this would be something cool to talk about. So this is what we're looking at for Legacy. Week 3, the most popular lineup by far with 24 brings was Hunter, Rogue, Warlock, Warrior. And then sort of Druid shifting in there between the 3 other classes a little bit. For the next 3 most popular. What do you guys think about this? I mean, it's the most popular and has a great win rate. What are you guys thinking?
It was my bring last week, and I lost. So, doing my part.
It was my bring last week, and I won, so doing my part.
So
I was going to say
maybe
also
saying
mine.
It's more of a player problem and not necessarily a lineup problem. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Maybe a draw problem there. Or a lineup
I think
problem.
last week it was the best lineup, right? I think Hunter, Rogue, Warlock, Warrior. There was flexibility there, and then just strength in the meta. I think it was it was really easy to kind of pick out the 4 strongest classes, even though maybe Druid was in there as well. I think, but yeah, I think that one was a pretty easy pick last week. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think I agree. Obviously, I think I brought Rogue, Hunter, Warlock, Warrior as well. It's also early in the season. Like, you want to go with good decks. You're not really making great reads on your opponents yet of their past brings. And sometimes you just want to play with comfort, especially with the meta kind of shifting almost every week a little bit with the new cards. So you kind of want to stay with what's comfortable and what is powerful and not kind of try to mind game too much. So I understand that. Let's also talk about the class stats. So this is actually interesting. Turd and I were talking before the show a little bit about this. And the game count, it looks like Rogues is lower, but what I sort of realized is they're just winning their games. And this is Legacy. So if you win a game, then you're going to have fewer games played because you win and you're done with the deck. You don't have to, there's not as many losses. That win rate's like insane. And also the ban rate's insane. So it's like, it makes sense. But it's actually, what's interesting to me is Hunter and Warrior being banned more. What do you guys think about that?
Well, so
I'm banning Hunter just simply because some of the Hunter archetypes, and this goes with the closed deck list that we have, not the open one. Like, there's some archetypes that could sweep you. If this was an open deck list, I doubt I would be banning Hunter as much as I would be banning other classes. But because it's closed and the possibility of, like, let's say my lineup is susceptible to a face Hunter, I ban Hunter because of that option of that probably happening. Yeah. So Hunter for me has been the ban. Yeah. And Rogue is strong, but Hunter can sweep.
I've been banning the Hunter as well because fastest Hunter wins. And so if you're not bringing face Hunter, and you end up in a Hunter mirror, it's just an automatic loss. And so it felt like kind of, aggro warrior versus, control warrior. If you're bringing aggro warrior, you had to ban warrior because if you ran into the mirror, then you were just smoked.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of, I think, why you get a number of hunter bans as well, just because depending on which flavor of hunter you were bringing, you didn't want to run into that mirror. So
What
Yeah,
surprises
absolutely.
me, what surprises me more is the 60 warrior bans, even more than rogue, because I don't see warrior as a ban class, to be honest with you.
no, I don't think so either.
But there's a lot of them. There's 60 of them, more than rogue. So
Well,
Huh.
this is for the whole season, right? So
No,
there
this
were
is- yeah, that's
there was
the whole season.
early in the season, warrior was really really strong.
True,
It was a
true.
That's true.
smart ban. So
And conversely,
Um,
Hunter wasn't brought as much. Probably week 1. I think week 2 is when we started seeing it a lot more.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's really interesting to look at these stats and how they shift. So we've seen what it looks like this week, and as Pond was sort of alluding to in the chat here, is Druid is definitely increasing in popularity this week after the new cards were dropped and Big Endurance sort of started seeing play. That archetype has just intensely grown in popularity, and I expect to see a lot of it this week. This is week 3 for the top section. It's just week 3 lineups, and then total stats for the season at the bottom. But we don't have the stats yet for this week.
Well, I also want to point out something I noticed when I was looking at this earlier. I know there was only six games by this, but the best lineup is Druid, Hunter, Rogue, Warrior. 66.7%. If you look at the best win rate classes, those happen to be the 4 best win rate classes. So Druid, Hunter, Rogue, and Warrior happen to be the best out of all the win rates. Happen to be the best classes, and it also happens to be the best lineup. So coincidence? I don't know. Maybe there's only 6 games, but maybe we'll see next week. Maybe that'll become more prevalent.
Yeah,
and Conquest is the best deck format as well, right? Especially in this meta, like it's hard to target anything right now. So I think it's a best deck meta. Bring your 4 best decks. Whose best decks win?
Why are you sharing
Yeah,
my secrets out here, man?
I know. Sorry, Terry. I just don't want you to get above negative 200 PR. It'd be sad.
Oh,
How's
man.
that work when you're negative like that.
Then I couldn't market myself as a value 50, man.
Another thing that I noticed based on these that's actually really interesting is Warlock. Warlock's brought a lot as well, and I'm a fan of the deck or the class right now. But if you look at the game count, it's at 241, which is miles above every other. And it seems to be because that win rate is lower, and it's being played and just losing. But then eventually you get a win with it. So it's sort of this combination of maybe it's easy to target a little bit easier than some of the other classes, maybe, or it's just like that 4th class. It's kind of the fringe in your lineup, and you end up having to bring it, and maybe aren't as comfortable with it. But it is interesting to see that it's like not banned very often for one of the most common brings. Where you look at the other 3 most common brings being, banned pretty equally, and it's being played the most because of that, and because it's just not getting its wins. Anyway, any other thoughts on this? We're spending a long time on this. We've added a ton of segments. We have a ton of segments coming up, so we've extended a lot of what we're going to talk about. It might be a little bit briefer when we do talk about it. But yeah, let's keep moving here just so we don't get hung up on these. But hopefully you guys like the section. We're definitely going to address sort of the meta a little bit each week and just see how it's shifting. If you guys like it anyway. So let us jump into the next section here.
I'd like to thank Arhat for those stats, by the way. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are from the website. I'm pretty sure he configured all that stuff. But yeah, you can find these stats online for each series. It's really, really good stuff. But I like talking about it and analyzing it. Great.
Yeah.
So let us jump into the next segment, which is the last week review. We are doing it a little bit differently this time around. We still have some more ideas we're going to implement in future weeks if you guys do like it this way. But we are going to talk about every single match from last week. Each host will have 1 from gold and 1 from red to discuss, and then everyone else can sort of pitch in for a little bit, but they're going to be the main sort of expert, I guess, on that match. So yeah, let's jump right into our first gold conference match from last week.
Of course, it's going to be Dad Legend versus 4th and Inches.
And this was a huge early season match, right? So I honestly believe if 4th and Inches had won this one, they would have just ran away from the conference. And that's no offense to Wet Woman, but I think Dad Legend and Fourth and Inches right now are kind of the class of gold. And this was a huge win for Dad Legend, not just like in getting that win, but also 17-10. Like that's fairly sizable. I really like the Druid ban in the 1 seed by Honest Zaib. It's a solid meta read. I think that Druid was sneaky good the last week, and I think now it's the big deck in the meta, the big decks in the meta, because both Token and Embiggen are both really, really solid. Myanodon, sorry, I said it wrong. Myanodon getting on board is huge for Dad Legend. Hearthstone is like a super tricky game, so you don't want to see him kind of go, down, 0-3, because he's a legit 2 seed. Yeldar's legit 2 seed, and you want to see those two kind of went back and forth there because, a little competition there is be better for the team overall. And then let's see. And then Bill Snyder in the 4 is absolutely cheating. So he's probably he'd be just a super good 3 seed, and getting to play in the 4 seed and then probably solid in the 4 seed all season is unfair. And then Turd 2-1 again. So again, it's cheating. Turd Herder should be banned. It shouldn't be allowed. He's like the ultimate value. Like you should get just triple points, I think, at this point of the season, just to get him caught up with everybody else. But it shouldn't have been as surprising of a win as it was, but it really was. It was a really big win. I think was a 4-1 win there. Dad Legend over Fourth and Inches.
Absolutely. And one of the things I just noticed is Yellow Dart and Myanodon playing the old 2-3 seed shuffle.
Yeah.
Mydon, you're muted, buddy.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, the old switcheroo there. Yeah, I was thinking about this one actually. First of all, I hate to do this to you on 2 shows, Dano, but it's Honest Zabe, by the way, not Zaib.
I'm terrible with names. Zabe.
I know. For those of you guys who don't understand that reference, I was last week I was on Welch. Dano asked me to join for a week, which is really great fun. But he was pronouncing my name wrong, and I don't normally notice when people do it. But for some reason, I noticed it then, and it was his show, and I just made a big deal out of it. So now I got to call him out again on my show.
And I pronounced your name wrong again on your show, which was super great, I think. So I'm not
doing it on purpose.
I feel
now.
bad. I'm glad I get corrected. Like I prefer to be corrected than to just be a dum-dum. So Honest Zabe, very sorry. My bad. I remember hearing it. I was like, I gotta remember how to say this correctly. Then it was like I trying to say his name, and I was like, crap, I'm gonna say his name wrong.
You picked this one. That's all I'm saying. You picked this match.
I know, I did, because it was such a cool matchup. It was well worth it.
It really was, for sure. So. Awesome. Anyone else have any thoughts before we jump into the next one? I like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on these. Awesome. Okay, so match number 2 of the Gold Conference from last week.
And that's going to be Pod People versus Asa, dude.
Yeah, on this one, it's a very close match with I feel like two really good teams. And if you look at their standings, even though they're 1 and 2, they've been getting a lot of points. 12 points and losing is really good for Pod People, and it'll keep them in the contention for the end of the year, where they can possibly have a chance to take it all. And I apologize, my little son back here, he's trying to talk to me. The 2 upsets here that I see, I don't want to really call them upsets, but 2 big matches were the 1 seed and the 3 seed, where you have Matadorns with 50 PR or 40 PR over Icon, and R-Hat losing to Snake, which R-Hat did redeem himself in Pro, but he did lose to Snake, and that was, I think that's really the decider right there in this match. They both did convincing wins too. So also, if you look at the 4 and the 5 seed, they were really close. I mean, their PRs are also very close. I'd like to point out that that fitting Shaman in your deck, I don't know in Legacy if that is something that you want to do, simply because I feel that Shaman has one good archetype, and that's the aggro Shaman. And that can be easily countered if you just throw Weapon Hate into your deck. You can just throw Weapon Hate in all your deck, and that deck can't get through. In Hero, on the other hand, you could do that because if it loses, you're good. You got other decks that can sweep. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Maybe he got through with one match, but that's just my thought on Shaman. And I'd also like to point out that Jiroshio brought Paladin and won, and so did Snake. They both brought Paladin and won. So one thing I think that Paladin has over the other classes, it has I think out of all the classes, it has probably the most archetypes that you could play. There's Holy Wrath, you got the Pure Paladin, you got the Singleton deck, you got the Mech deck, there's all sorts of Paladin decks that you can bring, and I wonder if Paladin might be one of those classes that's underlooked right now. So that's my thought on this match.
Awesome. Yeah, no, very, very well thought out there. I will say that if you look further in the stats from last week, you can see that Paladin did fairly well last week in the stats. It just wasn't brought by that many people, and the lineups were all very different. I just didn't show that stuff this week because I felt like it was going way too far down with just one person bringing it. But yeah, no, really great thoughts. Anyone else have anything else about this match? Maybe the Desharma didn't cover.
Nope.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So match 3 of the Gold Conference from last week, we have the Wet Women versus the Misfits. So yeah, I mean, this one's not a big surprise to me. I respect both teams, but Wet Women, they were like my sleeper in the preseason. I think they have a really, really good team, playoff caliber. With their comp there, Liquid Ox and Dragon Rider 1 and 2. That's like a really, really great 1-2. And then JR, Maddie, and Quirky are all very good. I'm sure Quirky, is bound to turn it around. She had a really great season last season, and rough start so far this season, but I'm sure that's going to be fixed in no time. Yeah, I mean, they played 2 weeks so far, the Wet Well Men, and they had the week 1 bye, but they secured nearly 20 points each week, which is insane. And I really respect them. As for the Misfits, struggling a little bit to start here. I think they're all very capable players. I don't think they should feel too bad about this one. Like I said, I'm pretty high on the Wet Well Men. But yeah, I think the big struggle for the Misfits is that a lot of the players are playing sort of above their seed or their normal seed. They're nowhere near the PR cap, and you can I could see everyone almost shift down a seed and then get like a top seed there, and they'd have better success, unfortunately. But I think they're all really good players, just playing at like a level that maybe they haven't played yet. So it'll take them time to adjust, and they could turn it around. Yeah, that's my thoughts. Anyone else? Something I didn't cover. I know I didn't really talk about the classes for this one, but
yeah, I have some. I think the Wet Woman. I mean, even though if you look at the rankings, they're in, I believe, 4th place right now. In my eyes, they're in 1st place. They're averaging 20 points per match, and they've only played 2 matches because on the first week they had a bye. So we have buys this year, and so a lot of that matches. You look, the Dad Legends already played 3. 4th and Inches has already played 3. Pod Paper's already played 3. A Sud Dude's already played 3, and they're already beating a lot of the teams that have already played 3 matches. In terms of points. So in my eyes, they're the team to beat right now, the Wet Woman, and they're smoking. So watch out.
Yeah, no, I agree. They're definitely a really good team. I will say that the 2 teams they did play aren't like at the top of the standings. They played, Misfits, who are at the bottom of the standings right now for the conference, and I believe who did they play the other week? Was it SPG? I think it was SPG. So SPG, I think a strong team, but maybe struggling a little bit to start the season, but still I think a good caliber team. So that's like they played like a lower caliber and like somewhere in the middle. So no like top team yet. So this will be a real test for them, and we'll talk about that later.
Sounds good.
Yeah. What's their AOP? That's a good question. I don't have the AOPs, but that's something that maybe we can incorporate next week. people are interested in discussing that kind of stuff. Because yeah, it does talk about strength of schedule. I guess I sort of talked about it without talking about AOP. Cool. Anyone else have any thoughts on this one?
Yeah,
I got the AOP up here. Who we looking for? What woman?
Yeah.
So green 36. So the third lowest right now, and between both conferences. So
right.
Liquid
So
Ops
that's
exposed.
So the lowest
in
means
gold,
it's
so.
easiest. Is that how it works?
Yeah. Yep. Easiest so far in gold. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the bye week is calculated into that, so that's also something that's worth looking into. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think their schedule is particularly hard yet, and we'll see how they continue. But I do think they're a great team, like I also mentioned.
I also point out that getting 20 points on any team is good.
Mm-hmm.
No matter, it doesn't matter what caliber.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's jump to the next match of the Gold Conference. We have always Top Deck Lethal versus Serenite Pain Gang. Turd, take it away.
Of course. Thank you, my Anadon. All right, so it was a matchup between two teams going into it tied up, 34 points each. Definitely both kind of trying to scrape themselves up, maybe get into the middle of the pack here, looking at a mid-season kind of resurgence. And the results, pretty much the exact same. Another close match. Not the closest this week by any means, but definitely still really close. And SPG finding that first win. So definitely making up for lost ground here, getting some points. So with 14, what does that take him up to? 48 points going into week 4. So that's pretty solid. Obviously also finding his first win. So that's great. Getting back on that horse, getting things done here. And, that obviously helps the team kind of solidify the team win, too.
I think the points are already calculated in the amount.
So it's 30? Oh.
Yeah, they have 34 points total.
Rip.
With the win bonus, you're saying?
No, he's saying that the 34 points that's being shown is
their total points.
Yeah, their total points already.
Including the 10 and the 14. Well.
Yes.
Man, why you gotta throw shade on me like that?
Hey man, I'm just helping you out, man. I'm helping you out.
Yeah.
By the way, since we've already interrupted Turd, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did to Dano, and it's obviously, not aviously.
Oh, well, that's Aviously's fault right there.
Yeah.
It's obviously. It's obviously. It's a play on obviously. Because his name's Avi. Obviously.
His name's Avi. Yeah. So I say aviously because I'm from Chicago. You got to have those A's.
Chicago.
You got to have aviously. So obviously finding his first win.
Mom, pass the deep dish. Aviously.
Exactly. Let me just finish up here, then we can get on the horse or get moving on here. Darkside dominating. He's got 3 wins in 3 weeks. That's insane. Obviously in Silent Dart as well. Or wait, no, sorry. Silent Dart doing the exact opposite. But Darkside getting 3-0, that is a strong start. You would love to be in that position having 3-0 going into week 4. So good for him. Black Magic also was the only person in this matchup not to bring Rogue. And Black Magic did find a loss. Now, I don't know if that's why. Obviously, there's other people that brought Rogue and found losses, but it's a strong deck, and he opts for the Mage instead. So there you have it. That's all I got.
Awesome. Anyone else have something that Turd didn't cover for this one?
Yeah, just point out that Pond, Free Hong Kong, did win off of a DQ. So that's why if you see the missing classes there, it's because it was a DQ.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure why, and I didn't want it to be something, risque or embarrassing or anything for anyone.
Oh, scandalous.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, it happens to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not everybody, but it happens with the season.
Slide the pie, sorry.
But I know Darkside was having, a little bit of a difficult season last season, and I think this season he's really showing, hey, stepping it up. So good for Darkside.
Absolutely.
And batting the Paladin, too, on top of that. Not the Hunter, not the Rogue, but the Paladin. So
get that out of here.
He found something there.
Pon says in chat, know the ban procedure. Boy, that is a PSA, folks.
Yeah, it's certainly important to do. Obviously, you can make a mistake here and there, but do your best out there. All right.
There
Now
is
we
a
have
video.
well, there is a video. There is a video. Yep. So check it out. It'll help you out if you have any confusion. All right. So let us jump into the red conference. That's the complete gold conference. We're doing all the matches, like I said at the top of the show. We thought maybe everyone wanted to hear about their teams and what we thought, so we wanted to make sure we were covering everybody. So let's jump into the red conference. Match number 1: Hot Sylphs versus DeStubs. Take it away, Turd.
I mean, what more is there to say? Honestly, we have 60 points out of Hot Zilfs through week 3. That's averaging 20 points a week. In this particular week, they go 4-0 here from their 1 through the 4 seeds. Jim Philos, of course, it looks like he's got a little bit of a rough patch going through this third week. He's 0-3. I like his deck brings last week. I personally don't understand the Shaman bring, but maybe one of you guys can go ahead and explain that to me. But maybe that's something to do with it. But Siege on the other side also brought Shaman, so who knows?
There were 4 Shaman decks brought this week between these two teams, so
which is just insane.
Yeah.
4 Shamans, 1 win. That's all I'm saying. Oh no, actually they all lost. Wait, I'm looking at it. Wait. Except for the one that was the mirror.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Somebody had to win that.
Someone had to win. So 4 Shamans, 1
Someone
win.
had to win.
Oh, someone had to.
Shaman had to win.
But honestly, there's not much more to say. Coles, Rabobson, Donde, that's a 3-0 in the 1, 2, and 3 seed.
Whew.
Good luck, Red Division or
I
Conference.
can't wait to play this team. Can't wait.
just to shut me up.
Those are certainly hot.
Me too.
I get to play
Super
Donde
excited for
finally.
this one. Cannot wait.
One of
Doing
those
the
sounded.
many seasons.
I was just saying, one of those sounded sarcastic. One of those did not.
What? Oh no! I mean, I'm super excited to play Donde in the 3 seed. That's perfectly fair and normal matchup. Perfect.
I can't wait to play him in the 3 seed. To be honest, I've been wanting to play Donde for a long time, and I've been here for a while, and I have yet to play Donde. And this will be the first season I think I get to play him,
This is your chance.
unless something happens with Rabobson or something, and he hops up to the 2. So
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm good. I love that kind of. That's gonna be a super fun matchup. I can't wait to play him actually. So.
All right.
I get to play you too, Dano.
I know. Again.
Ooh.
I know. Yep.
Mhm.
I'm probably gonna win.
I'm getting my revenge.
You gonna bring Priest again? Be a good idea.
We'll see.
All right, gentlemen. That is all that I have. I don't know if anyone
Anyone
else.
else? Yeah. Anyone else have any thoughts?
No,
So-
I'm
Nope.
okay.
Cool.
All the
Sounds
points
like a
are
no.
made.
Like I said, not much to say. It's a 4-1 win in favor of the favorite. So there you go. That's what happens.
And fall. I dodged a Sharma this season. Woohoo. Yeah, he's not in the 4 for whatever crazy reason he was in the 4 before.
I won't be in the 3 next season either if I keep doing what I'm doing.
Well, the meme can only live for so long before you just start winning too much.
What a problem to have,
I know.
Alrighty, boys. Let's move on to this second match. Good luck, Albatross versus Bye.
Yeah.
All right. In this match, Good Luck Albatross took on Bye, and they were both 2-0 teams. So, one of these teams was going to win 3, and the other one was going to lose. So I think some of the key matches that I would like to point out here were No Glocko in the 1 defeating Lotus Knight. Lotus Knight being an excellent, very analytical player, looking at the numbers. And he did bring a solid lineup, but No Glocko did bring Druid, and I wonder if maybe that might have had something to do with it. Well, I actually know, but I'm not going to give it away. But I'm just going to say that.
Sounds like you gave it away.
No, not really. And No Glocko is a lower PR player, but he's new, and you can kind of tell by the numbers there. Maybe he's gonna probably he fits in the 1 seed very well. I mean, obviously 3-0 is not something to be ashamed of, and being here new and doing this is really awesome. The other upset that I'd like to point out, or is big upset, is Chewbacca taking on a 300 PR player. And when you have a team set up like Bye, your team is designed to win in the 5. Like you expect that to be a auto win every week, and to lose to a 100 PR player is kind of difficult. But I know you had pointed out Turd is the most value player in the 5 seed. I would argue that Chewbacca is right there with you.
Oh yeah.
He hit legend. He's a legend player. He's hit legend on his own, and he's in the 5 seed here, and he's showing his power as a 5. So I think he's on par with Big BGH this season. And if he keeps doing what he's doing, he won't be in the 5 seed much longer. And I also like to show Catman. Showing how having him in the 2. He was in the 1 seed last season, and I think he went almost undefeated, and now he's in the 2 seed. So bumping down a seed, showing his power as a 2 seed. So that's my and noticing that the Good Luck Albatross, everybody banned Hunter, and the one person that didn't ban Hunter didn't win. So.
Hmm?
Are you throwing shade at your teammate there, DeSharmo?
Maybe.
Well, the other team didn't bring Hunter, so.
It doesn't even land. It doesn't even make any sense.
I didn't even think about that.
Choice to ban Hunter there.
I know, right?
Just thrown away a ban.
So I do have something real quick here. So Chewbacca and I have a little friendly rivalry. Some of you may remember we ran the Battle of the Bottoms 2 seasons ago. Both of us were having a rough time finding our first wins, and we made a little fun out of it. But to add to the rivalry, this guy here this week, he goes and gets a 208 PR win, right? Now, why is that important to me, Turd Herder? Well, because I had a 207 PR win earlier in the season. So he beat me by 1 PR point. Not salty at all, just a little bit of salt. But yeah, shout out to Chewbacca. He's obviously a really great player in the 5 seed. And I hope I get the opportunity to play him this season in a regulation play. So that'd be really nice.
And congratulations to Chewbacca receiving Player of the Week as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
For that win.
Well,
3-0 win. It's not a 3-1 or 3-2. It's a 3-0, like a sweep. So.
Oh yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah, a 3-0 win against a commanding player. Just he gets it.
And then sleep on No Glocko at your kind of own peril. So I played in the Aspirant series with him the past 2 seasons. He was there and I was there. He won last season actually, and he's sitting 3rd right now, I think, in our division after taking a couple early season losses. And I was happy to lose 2-3 to him this week actually. So he's a no joke player, and his PR will be capped before we know it if he stays in THL. So he's a legitimate 1 seed, and he just has to get his PR up there. So.
Yeah, and I'll just point out one more thing. I think his ban, Warlock, kind of gives away what his Druid was. Pretty sure brought token. You ban Warlock when you have token Druid, so.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Don't think it was the embiggen.
Oh, I like this actually. I like this writing on the doc to tell me this is something you guys can't see. This is behind the scenes, but I like that you guys wrote. I got something here, me too, so we don't talk over each other. That's great. Good job, guys. We're
doing
already
it,
adapting.
Except me, I still talk over people.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. We're doing good here.
We're doing it. All right. Yeah. Anyone else? Anything else? No. All right. Everyone said their piece.
I think we're good. Moving on, we got Toxic Reinforcements versus Dano's own Team Anoyo team.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Super
yes.
Team.
All right. I'm sure you'll have something to say about this one, but this is another week 1 bye team. Like we talked about for the Wet Wellmen, they had their week 1 bye into a 2-0, into a 20 points per week. They actually have more than 20 points per week by 1. It seems like a trend. I don't know if the week 1 bye gave these people like some good, strength or juice or whatever. Maybe they went like to find some GMs, space jam their juju out of them. I don't know. They did something.
Are you claiming they're juicing?
I mean, the results. I've got two teams that had a week 1 bye. Both of them scoring more or close to 20 points a week and getting 2 wins to start. I mean, that seems pretty good. But yeah, Team Anoa team, you guys are also no pushovers. You guys had a great season last season, and I think you have a lot of potential this season. Just haven't found it just yet. I mean, like when I first looked at this, I was like 18-9. Whoa, they got stomped. But then you look a little bit closer, and you see that yeah, Toxic Reinforcements won 4 out of the 5, but of the matches that were played, 3 of them were 3-2s. Which says a lot. And then I believe the 5 seed was also some sort of DQ, right, Dano?
Yeah,
it
it
was a
was.
DQ. Yep.
Yeah. So of the 4 games played, 3 of them were 3-2s. Like when you go to game 5, sometimes it's just a coin flip or 2 can make the difference. And I think both of these teams have playoff potential. Obviously, the Toxic Boys are already on the right track, but I think Team Anoyo is going to be able to switch it up and find their stride. And I think they'll do it. Sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And that's my piece. What do you guys think?
It probably makes sense for Dano to say something. It's his team.
Yeah. So, like, hats off to Nulltown in the 1 seed. Unfavored there. Triss is a legitimate, really, really good player, and Nulltown just kind of showing his one seed chops. I mean, I think he's a legitimate 1 seed in the series, and I think he belongs there. And it was the 5th match, so it was like we had already lost, and he went in and he got that win that we just needed to get any points at all. The final refuge in the bottom, that was a bummer. That was a mid-match DQ. There were points there. New player, mistakes were made. Don't need to say anything more about that. So, and then Team Anoyo team's 3 seed needs to stop bringing Rogue when he doesn't play it enough to actually know how to play the Rogue mirror very well. So, maybe if he hadn't lost 3 out of his three of his games with playing Rogue, they'd be in better spot, I think, maybe. And maybe he stopped bringing Rogue now because he's learned his lesson.
Yeah, well, he can come talk to me because I'm really good with Rogue.
So is Enthrallment. It's not like I don't have people I definitely have people around me to do it. It doesn't really interest me. I bring it because it's really good.
I love
and
Rogue.
I know
Rogue
better,
is so awesome this season. I don't know why, but it's just the best, funnest deck play right now.
It's just
It is fun.
I'm really not. It doesn't. I really don't love Rogue. I just bring it because it's a great deck, and then I kind of get in there and I start playing it, and I'm like, ugh, what am I doing here? And then I end up. It's not good. It's
just not the meta for you.
Yeah, it's really just not been at all, really, and yeah, things will improve. So.
Yeah, I know they will. All right. Anyone else have any thoughts on this one before we jump to the next match? All right, let's do it.
Oh, sweet, me. All right, so I was like, are we gonna get started here, guys? Come on. All right, so just Rogue Things versus Dirty Mike and the Boys. So probably not the sexiest matchup, but this was big just for early season viability, right? Both these teams obviously want to be better than 0-2-1, and that's kind of where they are. And so I think probably both teams would take the draw, but neither team very happy with the draw. I really respect the Druid ban by comp in the 1 seed. I think that just shows a really kind of great understanding of the meta. I think last week people really weren't kind of understanding of kind of what was there with Druid, and just kind of going out there going, yeah, I'm gonna ban Druid, even though it's not the obvious ban, and I thought it was really well done. And then then also in the 1 seed with the Priest ban, 1 in the 2 seed. So Tony Montana got the sweep with the Priest ban, but the 1 seed, I don't really understand the Priest ban necessarily because it's an awful deck to play against. It's really boring to play against Priest, but it's not really a strong deck in the meta. You might lose a game to it, but it's not going. It's more bad luck in your queue order than anything else. So I'm not real big about that. And then I think the 3 seed with the huge PR upset from Neb Canuck over Kel, that massive, way to go there. That's just a huge PR upset. 290 versus 362 in the 3 seed. That's massive. So, and then Dexter over Brushy Tuna. Yeah, and then I think overall just Rogue Things with kind of a win there with the tie because they are 100 some odd points down from the PR. So I think they could be happy with this draw for sure. So
great. Anyone else have any other thoughts on this match? I think did a really good analysis there.
Yeah, I Brushy Tuna boggles my mind, man. Like, I love the guy. He's in my pro team. And he's 2-1 in pro in the 2 seed.
Yeah.
And he's 0-3 in the 5 seed. Like,
Yeah.
Brushy.
Yeah.
Brushy, like, can you tell me? Like, come on, man.
I don't know how it works. I'm gonna find out this week because I play him in pro, so we'll see what's happening. Maybe he's got some extra special pro juju. We're gonna find out. I'll get a personal.
Well, I hope he
experience
does.
this week.
I hope he
I
does.
hope he does. Yeah, and that will conclude our segment for the last week review. Unless anyone else has anything else to say about this match, I'm sorry. Nope. Okay.
No, sir. Going back to
awesome.
the cameras for everyone.
So let's go back to the cameras. Yeah.
Got me chewing a straw. Thank you.
I gave a warning.
That's amazing. Great. Do we have the tier list? Did you get that from Dano, by the way?
I know Matt at Arms had it somewhere. I was sick this week,
Okay.
so I missed the episode, so I didn't have it. So.
No worries. So no tier list this week. We will try to have that in future weeks. We're probably just gonna, look at Dano's, tier list from his show, the THL POW, which you guys should check out if you guys want to hear details about it. Next week we will have the image here, and then we might we'll see what you guys like or don't like. Maybe you guys don't like tier lists, and then we'll stick to just Dano doing it and not involve Tavern Talk. But if you guys like seeing the tiers again, then we'll keep them. Great. So who wants to do the commercial break?
Turd.
I knew it was going to be.
Totally does. Yeah.
Alrighty. So, guys, I'm here, and I am trying to sell you on the fact that I need you to subscribe to the Team Hearth Legends Twitch page. And let me tell you why. Because the site, the back end of things, the Google spreadsheets, all of the data, although that's probably an Excel spreadsheet, all of that needs a place to stay, needs a home, right? And that costs money. And subscribing to Team Hearth Legends here on this Twitch page is definitely a way to show your support for the team, show your support for the people that are putting time into it. Throw some bits around, give some subscriptions, whatever you feel comfortable with. And if you're not comfortable with any of that, please follow us on Twitter. That's at @THL_HS. And you can also join us on the Discord. If you're not sure where that is, you can always check out the website, teamhearthlegends.com, and you'll find all the links you need to everywhere you need to go. That's all.
Hooray!
They did a great job.
And Saku, of course, giving some bits. Saku, you are insane. 5,100 bits over your lifetime. That's crazy, man.
Spread
awesome.
the biddies.
Taco's awesome, man.
Spreading my bits everywhere. Good to hear. And he did retake the number one spot. So.
Oh wow, jumping up ahead. Amazing stuff.
Thank you so much, Saku, and thank you to everyone else that's already subscribed. I know we saw Quaz earlier. It helps keep the lights on. So thank you very much.
Yeah,
Back to you,
absolutely.
Maya.
Awesome. Let's do it. So now we are going to go. We're still doing the week 4 preview. We're changing it up a little bit. In the past, last season, we sort of introduced, our predictions. We still want to kind of incorporate those, but we thought it would take too much time to do every single match that way. So we're going to stick to one host being in charge of each match, one from gold, one from red. And then they will do their 1 to 5 predictions, and then we'll just say if we agree or disagree and maybe give a couple of comments, but not have to go through each one in detail. So let's there's another segment before we jump right into this. We are going to get a sound for this. We don't have it yet, but it's going to be a segment called Bye Felicia, where we just highlight the 2 teams that are on bye this week, just so they don't get forgotten. Saturday Night Pain Gang and Just Rogue Things. Enjoy your week. Take your week off. Have a good time. And let's jump
Kick
to
your
the gold
feet up.
conference.
Take
Go
your
to
shoes
Disney
off.
World, do something exciting, Treat yourself,
Treat yourself. All right, guys. I'm here to represent the first match of the week. Of course, it's going to be Dad Legend versus Woman. I, of course, picked this one because I happen to be in this one. So that's always helpful, right? So what's going on in this match? We actually already have...
The image. Wrong slide.
Oh, it is the wrong slide.
This is last week.
Oh, man.
We're still working things out, guys. Okay.
And I even have it in the order that I was supposed to go and everything. This is literally the worst. And it never mind. I'll give excuses later. So we already have one result. Yellow Dart coming in hot with the first win. It's a 3-2 win over JR Juggerlaw, I believe. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. JR Juggerlaw was undefeated. He had
undefeated completely, I believe, actually.
6-0.
6-0, right?
Yeah. So Yellow Dart, we gave him a lot of dap in our Discord, getting that first win, getting the thing there going. But that's not why you're here. You're here to hear me preview this team. So one thing that's a little interesting is Honest Zabe, of course, is out this week. He's in Arlington, and he is hopefully going to do really well there. But what that means for us is we needed a substitute. So who do we have? None other than my cousin Icer. So we put him in the 1 seed. Obviously, it's a little bit less of a little bit less PR than we usually have with Honest Zabe, but you know, Icer's taught me everything I know, and if I'm doing good, Icer's gonna do good. You know, that's exactly what I'm expecting here. So I'm going Icer. I'm going. I'm sorry. I'm going Dragon Rider. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
She's great.
Wow.
I got to do that. I do think Bill's going to keep going. He's a 4-0, and I think Quirky Turtle's going to take it in the 5. So that's going to be a 3-2 Dad Legend, Dragon Rider and Quirky Turtle, the 2 ladies of the team, the Woe Men of the Wet Woe Man, taking the wins.
Wow. Yeah. No. It's. I mean, I like your predictions. I think we're gonna win all of them though, but I think they're gonna put up a good fight. So
Yeah.
there's that.
I mean, if I'm doing my biased, it's going to be a 5-0. We got this. We
Right.
started with Yellow Dart.
You should.
Yeah.
You chose this one so you could be biased.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, I like our brings. I know we kind of talked about it. I like our brings a lot. What really helped, I think, was I think each of us pegged what they were going to bring entirely. So that really helped us, and I think we're I feel like we have a step up. So you know, I'm happy to be wrong in the 2 and the 5. That's it.
Hopefully we didn't mind game ourselves too much and not just bring like the best lineup and try to counter a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited for it.
Totally groupthinked ourselves out of a win.
It's certainly possible. Stranger things have happened.
Been spying on the Inoyo team Discord because that sounds very, very familiar right now. Just group thinking ourselves out of wins.
Ooh, it's the New England Patriots over here.
Yeah. That's all she wrote. I think we should move on to the next one. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm ready to go.
All right, the next one is 4th and Inches versus Pod People. We have some really good matches here, especially in the first 2 seeds. We got Itachi versus Ridiculous Hat, and Ron Mexico, as people claim the best name in the organization, versus Zeroshio, a very long-standing, very solid player.
Also a good name.
Yes,
Also a good name.
very good. And then our, Dano's buddy over there, Mad at Arms, is also in that. And then Saku, subbing in on the 5 seed. I'm seeing a lot of interesting classes here. We got a bunch of Paladin in here, and some Mage as well. I think Mage got a little bit of a boost recently with some of the cards. That new card that came out seems like it could fit in the Mage deck, and having your hero power do 3 damage is really insane, and having a 2/5 on turn 3 is really good. So I want to see if that maybe gives Mage some early game that it much really needed in that Highlander deck to kind of go to that turn 6 so you can clear the board with your Reno. I'm interested to see how those Mages turn out, and Zeroshio bringing the Shaman. I'm really interested to see what he brings. I'm sort of against bringing Shaman simply because I think there's only one viable deck. Now maybe Zeroshio has a Shaman deck that just we're not expecting, and that sometimes that can get you as well. Let me go down the list here and see who I'm going to pick. I'm going to give it to. I love Itachi, but I'm going to give it to Arhat. I think I like his classes a little better, but I don't know. Itachi can surprise. I love Zeroshio, but I got to give it to Ron. I think I like Ron's classes a little bit better. And I think this next one's really difficult. I'm gonna give it to just. I'm gonna give it to Ermumkid. Is that how you say it? Ermumkid? And then I'm gonna give it to Super Murloc into 3.
It's your mum kid, from what I understand.
Your mum kid? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll give it to Super Murloc in the 4. And I'm going to give you my turd upset of the week. You ready for that?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got sound effects. We're still working on adding more, but I hope you guys enjoy them.
My turd upset of the week is Saku wins over Rage Doppel. The lower PR player takes the higher PR player.
All
Very
right,
nice.
you heard that, Saku. Upset of the week. The turd upset of the week. Flush. Good stuff. Great. Anyone else have any disagreements? You think? What was your prediction then? The 4th and Inches takes it.
I think 4th and Inches take it 3-2. The way
3-2.
Yeah. Itachi. No. Ron Mexico. I have it taken to 2, 3, and the 4, and then the pod people taking the 1 and the 5.
Very nice.
I mean, I could definitely see it. I think if I were to change anything, I think I would say Itachi takes the 1, and then I think I would say Wicked Good maybe takes the 4, and
Real
then the
quick,
rest I agree with.
Is
I
Saku
like Hat's brings. I think Hat got this one just on classes. I like him. I like what Hat brought this week.
very nice? Is Saku, and he's in chat. I know he could answer if you know. Well, obviously
He's in match right now. He said.
Oh,
I don't know if
Maybe-
he's still here.
hopefully he's not still here. But is Saku a 50 in Hero Series as well?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Either way, I think Saku. Oh, he
Yes.
is. Okay.
Hey,
I think
focus on your match, man.
Come on, Saku.
You were just picked as the turd upset of the week.
Focus on the show.
Oh, you're right. Focus on the show.
Anyways, that was my only. That was my clarification question sort of thing. So nothing further from me.
All right, Saku, play your highest mana card that you can this turn. Go.
Ready, go.
Focus. Focus here, Saku. All right. Okay, if no one else has any thoughts on that, let's jump to the 3rd match of the Gold Conference for this week.
Dude.
Sawdude versus the Galacrones. This is mine to predict here. Okay. Let's see. Where are you? Sawdude versus Okay, so these are 2 teams. A lot of potential. Galacrones also had a bye week already, so they are 2-0. Sawdude 1-2, but getting a solid amount of points, and I think they have a really good team. They just need to figure it out a little bit. So we already see the result for Sanguine beating 2-star Mako 3-0. That actually surprised me. Sanguine's very, very good player, but 3-0 Mako, who's also a good player, that's tough.
That is surprising. Yeah.
But she's been doing really well. I think she did the same thing to me. So who can talk? And then in the 1 seed, I think I have to give it to Snake there. So that's already 2 wins for Sawdude. I'm gonna go with Booze over Icon because that sounds fun. I think that's a great match though. I'd love to see that. Shiny Pants versus Sage. Gonna go with Sage. Really having a great season after taking some time off. And just 2-0 already on the season, and just continuing hopefully to do that. And then Ghost Medusas. That one's actually really close for me. Wow, and that actually determines the match, doesn't it? Because I gave the 3 and the 4 to the Galacrones. I'm gonna go with Ghost. I think Ghost maybe comes back this week, gets the first win of the season. So that's Galacrones take it, despite being down to start. And 3-2.
And I think one thing, and I think something you've probably adequately accounted for here, is Ghost was the 4 seed. So he's gone down to the 5 seed. Sage has gone up, maybe finding himself in a more natural kind of placement. He was insane in the 5. And Ghost is nothing to sneeze at. He's a very good player, very smart player.
Yeah.
So having him down in the 5, Medusas is also a very good player. Boy, that's going to be it's going to feel like a 4 seed matchup, but it's down in the 5. So definitely something to consider.
Yeah, I feel like Ghost was an all-star or an all-star contender potentially 2 seasons ago in the 5. So definitely, really, really good spot for Ghost. Any other thoughts before we jump into the final match of the Gold Conference?
I think Based Ink is a little. I mean, I know he's 0-2. I played him in Pro, and he's actually really good. It wouldn't surprise me if he beat Snake. That would not surprise me.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I think I lean Snake just because I've seen Snake perform really well before, and just have a little bit more experience in Based Ink. But yeah, no, Based Ink I think definitely has a chance there.
That's it.
Cool.
All right.
Dano, anything? No?
Nope.
Cool.
Always
All right.
top deck Lethal versus the Misfits.
All right, this is a fun one. So 2 teams probably not having the seasons they want to have, but that's all right. It's still fun because Hearthstone's a game and games are supposed to be fun. So Pond and the Big Ted in the mirror match. Going to have to go with Free Hong Kong / Pond. Kind of with the hot hand, right? 2-1. I know one of those was a DQ, so maybe maybe it's not as heavy, but
actually,
that
breaking
match
news
already happened.
Yeah. I didn't want you to talk too much here. Pond actually secures the win in the 1 seed.
Like I said, all the doubt there. We could let me go on there because
No worries. He goes 3-2 with dual Druid ban, in case you don't have it in front of you.
I don't. Thank you.
And a mirror match on top of that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That was thought would be super interesting. So, and then top deck versus Craig of Canada in the 2. Craig of Canada maybe a little bit light on the PR to be playing in the 2 seed. But he hit legend today in standard for the first time. So I'm definitely going with Craig of Canada with the turd upset of the week.
I love it.
146 PR advantage. Craig's got it. I feel it. So Craig's all on this one. I like Brick in the 3 seed based on class selection and PR. I think it's probably. I think it should be a pretty good win there. Force of Will in the 4 seed in a really close match. I like where Mr. Credible's head's at with Hunter, Paladin, and Warlock, but I'm not sure about Warrior with kind of the rest of the bring. Maybe I could be wrong, but I don't know. Warrior's a super good class, so I could be completely wrong, but I'm a little bit hesitant. And then Quaz in the 5 seed, so yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I think that's some really good points. So our 2 turd upsets of the week so far are Saku and Craig. We'll see if we have any more. I don't know that we do, but we're opening it up so every host can have one during the week if they want, if they have one during their matches. But anyway, something interesting here for me is Quaz hasn't submitted his decks yet. I know he has until tonight, but I like that Shunsui had until tonight as well and decided to submit early. So the one person that's not the sub deciding to take his time, Quaz, come on, man.
Them's the rules.
I know it's the rules. You can submit whatever you want. I'm just trying to give you a hard time. But yeah, no, I think always top deck Lethal. Not a great record so far, but definitely a team that has potential. All capable players.
Oh yeah.
And definitely looking to turn it around here. I think I agree with most of your analysis though.
I have to completely agree with him. I'd even agree with the Craig one as well.
Wow.
Yeah. See.
Look at that. Yeah. See.
Let's just all sit here and think about that for a moment. Feeling good. Haven't won a match of Legacy yet, but hey, I'll take what I can get.
Well, the 2 seed is 0-5 combined, so somebody's got to get a win here.
I hope it's on stream, to be honest. I just really want to watch it.
Alrighty, boys. I think that's it for gold. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that definitely covers it. Let's jump to the red conference.
And still me, right? With
still you chose back to back.
Well, I had to pick Hot Zealous versus Bai because I am stupid excited about the entire Red Conference actually this week. It's just every match is kind of interesting. I wish all 5 of these matches could be played on stream. It's just 2 really heavy hitters, I think, going at it, and I think Bai is probably feeling the pressure now.
By the way, breaking news. Ooh. And by the way, everybody that's listening, we talked before the show. We're trying to look for a sound for that. That's not us being weird. I mean, it is us being weird, but it's also like we intend to use a sound like that in the future for breaking news like that. The breaking news though is Coles beats No Glocko 3-0. With a Druid ban on his side and No Glocko going with the Warrior ban. So maybe Descharmes on to something with those Druid bans that he's been hyping up. Who's just saying?
Yeah, which is exactly what I had in my show notes, that Coles was going to beat No Glocko 3-0. Just don't read it. Don't read it. Just moving on.
I'm looking at... You look very closely. You know what? I'll let you go.
I've got No Glocko based on class selection.
Someone else must have wrote that.
Not me. I mean,
you got to cue your stuff for you too, man.
All right, in the 2 seed, Rebobson over Agent PWE. I'm not a big fan of Priest right now in Conquest. No offense, Sharmo. I just think it's kind of weirdly polarized. I think if your just Q order is just off a little bit, I think you can get burned by it. So that's just my personal view.
Until Donde that.
Well, okay, Donde as well. I don't like Priest right now in the.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Wait, tell me as well, because I also brought Priest.
Same here, actually.
Yeah, actually,
I'm happy to be wrong. I'm just saying. If you look, so I think it was like a 40-something odd % win rate right now, according to the most recent VS. So it's not really showing very well on ladder either, but it's okay. I'm happy to be wrong. And then in the 3 seed, I really like Disco. Again, I think the class brings are really good. Amphil just because of season form, and then Arkham over Jim as well. Jim is really, really, really due in both, hero and legacy for a win. But at a certain point, you have to feel like this is going to start just really kind of weighing down, and it's going to be kind of hard to find that win. So,
yeah. I actually have something to say about that. I'm coming out here with the Turds upset of the week. I'm calling it Jim Philos. Yes, that's right. Jim Philos over Arkham Cookie. I'm here. If it takes me being a cheerleader for him to get him there, I'm going to do it because I really want him to find this win here. And I think he can do it. He's going to get it done. I like his classes. I think he was maybe expecting the Druid a little bit more, but that's fine. That's fine. I think he's still got really strong classes, and he's going to do really great. So hopefully you hear this, man. You got a cheerleader on your side. That's all I got to say about this matchup, but yeah.
Jim's in our hero team, and it's just like, you just want it so bad for him, So
absolutely. Well, tell him I'm cheering for him.
Will.
Yeah, that Turd upset. I mean, it's been pretty good in the past. In the previous seasons, I feel like we've been pretty good about those, actually.
I had a couple good ones, yeah.
I think we've gotten like a solid percentage right. I'd have to go back. Maybe someone else can do that. Just watch every single VOD from last season and just tell us which Turd upsets were accurate. That's all we want. So someone do that. Thanks again. I know you're putting your time in to do that, so yeah, thanks. All right. Any other thoughts on this match? Cool.
Nope.
All right. Match number 2 of the Red Conference. The Good Luck Albatrosses versus Toxic Reinforcements. Turd, take it away.
Of course. This is another team, to kind of echo what Dan was saying. This is insane. This matchup is kind of everything you want from THL, especially from the Red Conference here. You have Lotus Knight going up against Icicles. You have Catman going up against Triss. Lotus Knight and Catman with 550 in the 1 and 2. Who let them do this?
Me.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I mean, that's just insane. And Lotus with the stats, I'm sure DeSharmo's getting his stats fix as we speak. With Lotus, yeah, you've seen them. I've seen them for seasons. They're incredible. I'm really pulling for Good Luck Albatrosses here, or rather, I'm pulling for Toxic Reinforcements, but I think Good Luck Albatross is going to get it. It's going to be Lotus and Catman in the 1 and 2, DeSharmo in the 3. It's me, Mike V in the 4, and Chewbacca in the 5. I mean, I don't see this going any other way, honestly. Ooh. Maybe it's me, Mike V, getting a loss to F Force. The PR is a little bit different, but
it's F Srirachi.
F Srirachi, sorry, F so.
Yeah. And I knew that one, but of course I didn't pick that one. So.
I do apologize.
I mean, Chubbs Peter on hand. Peter's on hand is
Chubbs Peterson hand.
Peterson's
yeah, there you go. Chubbs Peterson hand. There you go.
He's 2-0 in the 50 with the 50 PR. Nothing to sneeze at for sure, but we talked about Chewbacca earlier. This man's insane, and I think he's going to find it in the 5-2.
Yeah, Carlton Banks put the beat down on me last week, so don't sleep on him there, DeSharmo. So
I don't sleep on anybody. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So what was your total prediction there then?
5-0. Good Luck Albatross.
Oh my God!
I know right. It's risky. It's risky.
I disagree. I think they're great,
would disagree
but
with you.
so is Toxic Reinforcements. I think this is a really good matchup. I think the key matchups to me are the 1, the 4, and the 3 probably. I think those are the ones that I could see going really either way, and I actually lean Icicles and F Srirachi there for the 1 and the 4, and then if the 3 goes to them, I think they take the week. I think actually Trisk could probably be Catman too. I think that one's also very close, so I'm excited for this one.
Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong, even though I'm saying 5-0, it's going to be a close 5-0. I'm thinking 3-2s across the board.
I'd like to chime in actually, if that's all right.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I actually think I like Toxic Reinforcements 3-2 here. I like their 3, 4, and 5 seed. I think 1 and 2 is going to be rough. I don't think they're going to lose hard, but I think they're going to lose in the 1 and the 2. But I like their 3. I think 3, 4, and 5 get there. I like Toxic Reinforcements.
I like that we're all like having completely different predictions. It feels like, which means this is a really good match, and it's going to be awesome to see who comes out on top.
Very nice. All right. DeSharmo, it's your team. You got something to say, right?
Yeah.
Dano said exactly what I was going to say, so his 5-0 prediction is right.
I was trying to avoid having people do their own, so we would avoid these types of predictions, but I appreciate it.
Hey, I'm just out here looking at facts, analyzing stats. That's what I'm here for, guys.
Absolutely.
All right, let's move right on along here. Dirty Mike and the Boys versus Dano's own Team Anoyo team.
So we do have 2 results here. One that's not up here.
Uh-oh.
Zethund.
Do the breaking news sound. We did all this stuff. We practiced.
Zethund does have the win over Lefty 3-0. So Zethund does get his second win. A huge win for Team Anoyo. Puts them in the lead 6-4. Giving them 3 more opportunities to continue to ramp up that points. I know Team Anoyo is at 18 points, but they are not a team to sleep on. You do not want to take that team for granted, because they will bite you if you don't put up the points. So
tell them, Dano, bite them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking for a Mage and Dano to both get their wins this week. I think they'll both get some wins this week, and I think Nulltown will also get a win. So I'm giving it to 4-1 Team Anoyo over Dirty Mike, and I like the class. I like the class selection. I like the class selection. I like I don't know. Maybe I don't. You probably won't go into detail, but maybe they were expecting Druid. I know Kel didn't bring a Druid, but I like Dano there. I think Dano will figure it out. So I'm gonna go 4-1 Team Anoyo.
Very nice.
like it.
Anyone else agree, disagree?
Nothing from me.
All right. I mean, I think it's going to be a 3-2. I do lean Team Anoyo, and I agree with your analysis. I just think one of them is going to give up a match this week, one of the top three. I can't say for sure who. Probably Dano, but...
Probably.
The old caster
Hell
curse.
did not play along. That's okay.
I'm just messing. I think that this will be close matches, but I do lean Team Anoyo team.
Very nice.
All right, so
Last
on
one?
to the final
That's
match.
what it is. I can get that now. Okay.
What?
Something in chat. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Right. So this final match of the whole series, actually, this is in the red conference, but this is the final match of the series, is Distubs versus Not Yellow Jackets. So Not Yellow Jackets, they had a really strong week 1, I think, and then did not have a good week 2. I think they were just coming off a bye week, so had a break after that kind of rough week 2. And they're coming back looking for a win. Distubs, also a team that's been around for a long time. I think 3 seasons ago or so, they were the champions. Still a lot of the same pieces, so not exactly entirely the same, but still I think a lot of really, really strong players and are going to be looking to bring it back. And this is a big match for them because they're the 2 bottom teams. One of them has to come out on top, and it's going to help them start pushing for that playoff spot. So I'm going to say I think Nate gets his first win of the season. Been looking for that. I know Nate's a great player, and I think hopefully rights the ship here for his sake. Although Slay has been doing solid, but I do worry about the Shaman there. Osmonaut versus I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Ascon?
Maybe.
It's the best I
Someone
got.
tell me later if someone knows, but I'm gonna go for Ascon there. But that one's gonna be close. I'm gonna say the Chronic gets the first win as well. I think Kid Eternity gets a win, and then Finway. Is that how you say it? Finway.
These names are getting tougher to say, man.
Usually I'm the one correcting people, so please let me know so I can correct other people when they get it wrong.
Yeah, so you went
So what was that?
3-2.
Nate, Ascon, the Chronic,
And Kuru
Kid Eternity,
we.
Finway. Yeah, so 3-2 to Stubbs. I think the Stubbs take it, but I do believe it's gonna be pretty close in some of those seeds. Anyone disagree? Agree?
I think it's pretty close.
The 3 seed?
He picked the Chronic. Das Chronic, senor.
That's Chronic,
Oh.
yeah.
So Lemons beat me week 1, and I was impressed with just the thought that went into the lab.
Mhm.
I talked to them for like half an hour after the match. It was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, so like that, I really appreciated the thought that like the entire team kind of put into their lineups, and then just really played very, very well. Not perfect, but no one's playing perfect. But I was impressed, and I'm kind of excited to see how they can kind of continue to play here in THL. So I'd like to see them. I know they missed a week, and then they had a bye, so this is just their second match. But I was impressed. So I got full sweep, so it was good.
Word. Anyone else have any other thoughts? I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't know too much about the Yellow Jackets or not the Yellow Jackets, so I'm really excited to see how they do the rest of the. Really impressed me week 1, like I said, and then coming down to earth a little bit. I think they had to replace their 5 seed as well as it seems like Lemons probably subbed out 1 week, so not entirely their full team week 2 as far as I can tell. So looking to kind of right things, and I'm excited to see where they go.
Yeah,
I think Silver T Fox subbed in on the 3 seed when Lemons was out last week.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Okay.
So that's, I think, just probably a tough sub there. So
That is tough. Holy cow. Yeah, and listening to the podcast, Dano, one of the things our hat said this week was this team, not YJ Yellow Jackets, they wound up they left a lot of PR on the table, and I at some point
For
I
sure.
gotta wonder, what effect, if any, is that going to have kind of on their prospects? But
And I think they're all, except for maybe Silver T Fox, like IRL friends.
yes, I think
Yeah, I think
So-
they're on like their college team.
yeah.
From what I
Cool.
understand. So that's the like part of the what really impressed me week one, because they looked like they were really coordinating, having these discussions, and we all strive for it, but not every team can accomplish, especially when you're in person at a school together. Like you're going to be talking about this stuff a lot more and seeing each other. So that certainly helps, and I'm curious to see how that helps their essentially big PR gap, like you mentioned, if it does help them to sort of make up for that.
Right. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And I mean, just because they don't have a high PR doesn't mean they're good players. Certainly, a bunch of people out there in this league that are in this series that are like that. So, all right, let us. I think we're getting pretty close here to move on to the closing thoughts here. So let me go ahead and transition to the kind of the main screen. You can see our beautiful faces.
Our beautiful faces.
Beards.
Yeah. Our beards. The beards, turds, you got to grow out a beard now.
Oh,
Just
I
I can't.
you can fit in. Just whatever you can, or maybe find like one of those fake
beard.
beards you can put on.
I'll do it one of these days. I'll do that.
Yeah.
But we did it, boys. We kept it
Yeah,
kind
we
of
went
lean.
through. We did. We went through all of the games. I hope everyone enjoyed that. We added
Yes.
the meta section. We're also thinking about more stuff that we're going to introduce as well. Let us know what you guys thought. Your feedback is really important to us.
Definitely.
We want to make the show for you guys. So whatever you liked, we're going to try to improve, and whatever you didn't, we could take out. If you liked sort of things we were doing before, let us know. We can try to incorporate them as well. Or if there's things that we didn't sort of get that you guys think that we should be doing, let us know as well. But yeah, for just to close things up, I'm just going to announce a couple of things upcoming this week. Tomorrow, Friday Night Fights, we have at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the Pro Series match, Ron Mexico versus Hockey Boys. And then at 9 p.m., it's Desharma versus Lawful Dog. So both of our teams fighting against each other back-to-back tomorrow night, Desharma.
Wait,
Yep.
isn't Lawful Dog at Arlington?
He's going to be there as a spectator. He actually...
I thought he qualified. Okay.
No, he didn't manage to qualify for this one, but...
Okay.
Didn't think you could spectate. I didn't think they
So
were
they fixed that. They retconned that. They said retroactively, like, oh, actually, what we meant was you don't have to. There's no tickets. Just show up, and it's first come first serve. So
Because he's from Texas. He's in that area. I think. So
yeah, he's in the area, so he's just gonna drive up.
nice.
But yeah, he's subbing for us this week because Zabe is there and will be participating, so won't be able to play matches for us. But yeah, both great players.
That
I'm
was-
excited to see what he does.
I was really looking forward to playing Zabe, though. He was one of the players I've really kind of looked up
Yeah.
to as one of those tough matches that I'd like to. If I'm
Yeah,
gonna get
for
my
sure.
butt beat, if I can get my butt beat, it's gonna be by Zabe.
Well,
Learn a few
I hope
lessons.
I hope you get your butt beat by Lawful. I think
Mm.
it'll happen as well. So and
Wait, wait.
maybe you'll learn something.
Did Lawful Dog? Did he bring a warrior? I remember when he was on this show. He's a big warrior guy.
I don't know if he's submitted yet, but
Okay, so
I have not submitted yet, so
I haven't looked. So yeah, definitely won't be telling you then if you submitted yet. If I
Don't
if,
say
if
yeah. I thought it was public already.
he has not submitted yet either. So
Yeah, he's a sub, so yes, till tonight.
Got
And
it.
then tomorrow or Saturday night, there is going to be Salty Saturday. I believe it's going to be Desharmo and Craig casting, and that'll be for Legacy in the Red
I will not be
Conference.
casting tomorrow.
Oh, sorry, Donde is doing Salty Saturday. So Donde and Craig are doing Salty Saturday. Sorry, that's what I meant. Just got you on my mind right now. You're right in front of me. So yeah, Salty Saturday, 8 p.m. Legacy Red Conference is going to be It's Me, Mike V versus F Srirachi. So one of the matches we were talking about that we're sort of excited to see. F Srirachi was actually I think he was MVP his rookie season, then didn't have a great second season, but took a break and now is back and starting really strong. So good to see them come back and have that success. And It's Me, Mike V, also a really great player. who I when I was doing qualifiers for Vegas and stuff, I did see him playing those as well. So definitely capable, and we'll see what that match does. And then the 9 p.m. match on Saturday will be Icicles or Icicles. I know there's sort of a debate there.
There's no debate. It's Icicles.
Versus,
It's
I know it's
Icicles, yeah.
Icicles, but it spells Icicles. That's the word. And then Ron Mexico playing against Icicles at 9 p.m. for Kiro. So stick around for those. I'm not sure if we have anything Sunday. It is the Super Bowl, so if we do, it will be, I think, Schoolstone before the Super Bowl.
Sorry,
I'm not
it's
sure
the
those.
Superb Owl. I don't think we're allowed to say that word on our stream.
It's Superb Owl. I live in
Superb
Minneapolis.
Owl.
And it's Superb Owl.
It's the big game.
Super Bowl. Okay.
Superb Owl.
No,
Great bowels.
Stay safe this weekend.
Something else.
Get an Uber, get a Lyft, get a taxi if you can.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, and thanks everybody for watching. I think that's it from us. We will still be trying to do guests. We just haven't had a chance to do that yet. We wanted to sort of start things off strong. I've already got turd waving because I sort of pretended that we were ending, but then I started talking about stuff. But yeah, so stay tuned. Let us know. Give me your feedback. And yeah, good night. Thanks for watching.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Goodbye, Lawful.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Charlie, you gotta
bye.
wave. Do it. Wave.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everyone's away.